There's something strange about how questions get distributed. Two people can say the exact same thing in the same room, and only one of them gets questioned. Not sometimes. Consistently. It doesn't start with authority, or intelligence, or confidence, or how right you are. It starts with how the environment categorizes you. And once that category is set, questions don't mean curiosity anymore. They mean permission. They're a test to see if your statement needs approval before it becomes real. Some people's words land as decisions. Others land as proposals. Same words, different treatment. People think questions are polite. They're not. Questions are interruptions with justification. They pause momentum. They slow decisions. They place someone temporarily on trial, forcing them to defend what they just said. And not everyone gets put there. Watch a meeting. Watch a group conversation. Some people finish a sentence, and the room moves forward. Others finish a sentence, and someone immediately leans in. But why that approach? Are you sure about that? What if we did it this way instead? The statement didn't get accepted. It got auditioned. Watch how it begins. Someone makes a suggestion. Another person immediately asks, "Why? Are you sure? Did you think this through? What's the rationale?" Not aggressively, not rudely, not even consciously, but automatically, almost reflexively, like the statement itself triggered an inspection. Meanwhile, 10 minutes later, someone else says something similar, and no one asks anything. They just nod, or move on, or build on it. Same type of statement, same level of clarity, completely different response. Once questioning works once, it becomes the default response. Statements stop being accepted as complete. They're treated as drafts. Every sentence gets a follow-up. Just to clarify, can you explain that more? I'm not sure I follow. Not because there's actual confusion, but because the pattern's been set. The brain learned. This person's words require processing before acceptance. And once that's learned, it doesn't get unlearned without disruption. Meanwhile, someone else speaks, and no one asks anything. They just act. Same room, same information, different gravitational pull. At a certain point, the questioning shifts. It stops being about clarity and becomes about positioning. Questions aren't asked to someone anymore. They're asked at them. Did you consider? Wouldn't it make more sense to? I'm just wondering if. These aren't requests for information. They're redirects. Used to slow, to reframe, to quietly reassert hierarchy. The person being questioned starts sounding defensive, even when they're right, because they're constantly being put in the position of justifying instead of deciding. The brain isn't being cruel. It's being efficient. It's asking, where is resistance? Where is momentum? Who requires checking and who doesn't? And behavior adjusts around those answers. It's not personal. It's pattern recognition. The brain notices. When this person speaks, we pause. When that person speaks, we proceed. And once noticed, it automates the response. No malice, no conspiracy, just efficiency. This is where the contrast becomes impossible to ignore. Some people speak, and silence follows. Not awkward silence, not confused silence, compliant silence. No clarifications, no follow-ups. No, just to make sure I understand. Just movement. The statement landed. The group accepted it. The conversation moved on. No one felt the need to audit it. And if you pay attention, you'll notice this isn't random. The same people get questioned repeatedly. The same people get deferred to automatically. It's not about what they said. It's about what the environment decided they're allowed to say without inspection. Once this pattern stabilizes, it reinforces itself. The questioned person starts pre-explaining, adding disclaimers, softening their statements, because they've learned. My words will be challenged. The unchallenged person stays direct. No hedging, no over-clarifying, because they've learned. My words will be accepted, and everyone else in the room adapts around those expectations. No explicit conversation needed. No formal decision announced. The hierarchy just exists. If you've noticed, your statements triggering immediate explanations. Your ideas getting workshopped while others get implemented. People nodding at you but deferring to someone else. Having to defend obvious points that others state freely. This is the pattern you're seeing. Not disrespect, not dismissal, just environmental categorization. You've been sorted, and once sorted, the questions follow automatically. In the next video, I'll show the exact moment this pattern breaks. Not through dominance, not through confidence, not through confrontation, not through proving yourself. Just one disrupted sequence. One moment where the expected response doesn't come, and everything shifts.